we're going to talk about plan documents and employer-provided retirement accounts. Part of becoming financially literate is understanding what is available to you. Now, all of you out there with earned income have Roth IRAs available to you. You may have to fund them via the backdoor process, but you've got a Roth IRA you can invest in, or you can basically invest in just about anything, certainly any publicly traded, non-leveraged, non-option assets, but basically any sort of mutual fund or stock or bond or whatever you can invest in an IRA. In your employer accounts, that's not necessarily the case. Your employer-provided retirement accounts often have limitations on what you can invest in. Okay? They have other rules and other things you need to be aware of as well, other opportunities. For example, the matching dollars that Carson talked about. I've never actually had a 401k that provided any matching dollars, but matching dollars are basically part of your salary that you don't get unless you save for retirement in your employer's retirement plan. Not putting enough money into that retirement plan to get the full match is like leaving part of your salary on the table. Don't do that. Okay? So you need to know how these retirement plans work. And the way you figure that out is you go to HR, human resources, and you go, I want the plan documents for the retirement accounts I am eligible for. Now, that might be a 401k. It might be a 403b. It might be a 403b and a 401a and a 457b, right? It might be especially if you're not in an academic center, it might be a 401k profit sharing plan and a cash balance or defined benefit plan. You need to understand the ins and outs of these plans. You need to understand what the fees are. You need to understand where the investments are. You need to understand what the withdrawal possibilities are. Sometimes they're not that good, particularly in something like a non-governmental 457B. You need to make sure all that stuff's acceptable to you, especially before using a non-governmental 457B. But know that you can often move money out of these accounts, pretty much everything but a 457, sometimes a cash balance plan, but even most cash balance plans, as soon as you separate from the employer, you can roll this stuff into your next 401k, or you can roll it into an IRA, although that can cause you some pro rata issues with your backdoor Roth. But the point is, tax break is forever. The asset protection benefits and estate planning benefits of those retirement accounts are forever. And you might only be stuck with higher fees and not so awesome investments for a few years. So max out that space when you can, and take advantage of those employer-provided retirement accounts. They really are a huge gift, not just from the employer, but from the government, because the money grows faster in those accounts. Okay, it grows faster because it's protected from taxation while it grows, because there's either going to be some sort of tax break, either up front or at the back end when you take the money out. And it's just a good idea when you have the option to save for retirement in tax-protected accounts to do so. All right. So know what's offered to you. You can understand your plan document. Ask for it. Read it. If you don't understand what something means in it, ask HR about it. You can ask on the White Coat Investor Forum or White Coat Investor Facebook group or the White Coat Investor Reddit or the White Coat Investor Financially Empowered Women's group. You can ask in all these groups, hey, I don't understand what this term means. What should I use in this 401k? You can ask all these questions. There are people who want to help you absolutely for free. And if you need professional help, as I mentioned at the top of the hour, we've got those lists of recommended people that, they're going to charge you, but they're going to charge you a fair price for good advice. So I hope that's helpful to you. Make sure you understand what's available to you and take advantage of it.
The hosts of The White Coat Investor are not licensed accountants, attorneys, or financial advisors. This podcast is for your entertainment and information only. It should not be considered professional or personalized financial advice. You should consult the appropriate professional for specific advice relating to your situation.